Okay, so here we are again, section 4.4. We're going to be going through questions 17 through 22 in this video. Okay, so starting at 17, we again have two parentheses. So what we're going to be doing with these is we're actually going to be distributing. So first what we do when we distribute is we distribute the first one to everything. So when I do that, I have 7 times 2, 14, a to the 4th. And then I have a plus 21 a to the 3rd. And then 7a squared times 6 is going to be plus 42 a to the 2nd. Okay, so that takes care of doing the first to all of them. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the second term, we're going to distribute to all of them inside as well. So now we're going to have a 6a, so I'm just going to write it right underneath here, but we have a 6a to the 2nd, and then we have a 9a, and then 18. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to add up all that we have. So we have 14a to the 4th plus 21a to the 3rd, and then we're going to add the a squareds together because they're the same. So we're going to have 48a squared plus 9a plus 18. And because all of these a's are different, we can't combine like terms on this one. So we just have to leave it as this long thing. Okay, so then going on to 18, we have 1/2 b plus 1 and then 1/2 b minus 1. So when we do this, we're going to be distributing it again. So we go first to first and then first to last first. Sorry. So we go the first term and then distribute it into both of the other terms. So when we do this, 1/2 times 1/2 is going to give us 1/4. So remember that we multiply straight across whenever we multiply fractions. And then we're going to multiply the b's together, which is just going to be b squared. And then we go to the second one, which is just going to be a negative 1/2 b. And then we're going to go ahead and take the second term and we're going to distribute it inside the other terms as well. This can give us a positive 1/2 b and then a negative 1, because 1 times negative 1 will just be that, will just be negative 1. So then if you see where we have like terms is the b's, but they're the same b's. So when we do 1/2 minus 1/2, it's just going to give us 0. We can go ahead, just make that 0, and what we have left over is 1/4 b squared minus 1. And that is the answer for number 18. Okay, going on to number 19, we again have a distribution problem again. So we're going to take the first one, we're going to distribute it to the others. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to take that first term and we're going to distribute it to the 2 others. So 8 times 8 is going to be 64, and then f squared times f squared is f to the 4th. And then 8f squared times negative 6 is going to be negative 48 f squared. Okay, so then going on to this next one, we have plus 6. So we have the 6 distributed to the other 2. So the first one is just going to be a plus 48 s squared. And then if we do 6 times negative 6, we're going to get a negative 36. So as you can see, it's kind of like before where the 2 are going to cancel each other out because the f's are the same, but we have the same amount of f squared. So we're going to make that 0. And then we have 64f to the 4th minus 36. And that is the final answer for number 19. Okay, going on to 20. So we have to distribute again. So when we do this, we're going to do the same method. We're going to take the first one, distribute it to both of those terms. So we have an m to the 4th and n to the 4th now, because when you multiply them, we're going to add the exponents. And then we have minus m squared n squared. And then 1 times n squared, and 1 times -1. Going to give us plus m squared, n squared, and minus 1. So when we do that, these cancel each other out because we have a plus and minus of the same thing. So you go ahead and just make that 0. And what we're left with is m to the 4th, n to the 4th, minus 1. That's your answer for 20. Okay, going on to 21. I'm going to use a different color to make it easier to see it. So we have 7x plus 1, and then we have that little squared outside. But remember, when we have something that looks like this, we don't just distribute the 2 in because of this plus sign in the middle. Because of that sign, we can't just do that. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to split this up into 2 of these. Because that's what that exponent means, is that there's 2 of the same thing. So when we split it up there, then we can go ahead and just distribute as normal. So we have 7x times 7x, which is going to be 49x squared. And then 7x times 1 is going to be plus 7x. And then we're going to do the same thing with the second term. We're going to distribute that over. And we have, again, plus 7x. And then plus 1. And then this middle, so then we combine like terms. So our x's, which is going to be 7 plus 7. So we have 14x plus 1 and 49x squared. Okay, and that is the answer for number 21. Okay, going on to 22. Again, just because the squared is out here, we're not going to take it and distribute it into everything because we have this minus sign in here. So we can't do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to make 2 of the same, we're going to make 2 of the same parentheses. So we have w squared x squared minus y squared z squared. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and distribute. So when we distribute the first one to the next one, we're going to the other 2. We're going to have w to the 4th, z x to the 4th. Sorry about that, x to the 4th. And then our next one is going to be, so it will be negative because it'll be positive plus times negative. W squared x squared y squared z squared. So all of them are just multiplied together. And then we're going to go ahead and distribute that second one. So when we do that, we're going to get another negative w squared x squared minus y squared z squared. And then we're going to multiply the last 2. So it's going to be a positive y squared, y to the 4th, z to the 4th. There we go. So then we're just going to combine like terms. These 2 are like terms because they have all the same variables and exponents. So when we combine them, it will just be a negative 2w squared x squared y squared and z squared plus y to the 4th, z to the 4th, and then of course out front we have that w to the 4th, x to the 4th. And that is our final answer there because there's nothing else that we can combine because nothing else is like terms. And that takes care of those problems there.